Pain is not the enemy. It's the beginning of transformation. When you choose to turn your pain into power, you step into a mindset that separates the average from the extraordinary. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has faced moments where quitting felt easier than pushing forward, moments where the weight on their shoulders felt too heavy to carry, moments where the world seemed to say, "You're done." But they didn't listen. They understood that pain is temporary, but the power it creates lasts forever. The discomfort you feel today isn't a punishment. It's the signal that you are growing into someone stronger, more resilient, and more capable than you were yesterday. Pain is the spark that forges discipline, character, and a relentless will. It's the fire that burns away weakness and reveals the strength hidden inside you. The hardest part is not the physical strain or the emotional struggle, it's the mental battle. Your mind will whisper excuses, it will amplify doubt, it will try to convince you that comfort is safer, easier, and more reasonable. But comfort is a cage disguised as luxury. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, you shrink your own potential. When you choose to endure the pain, you expand your limits and redefine what is possible. Pain is not there to stop you. It's there to test how badly you want what you say you want. Anyone can dream, but only those who push through the struggle earn the right to hold their dreams. When you learn to lean into discomfort, everything about you changes. Your mindset sharpens, your self-belief strengthens, and your purpose becomes clearer than ever. There will be days when nothing goes right, your body is tired, your motivation is low, and your confidence feels shaken. These are the days that truly matter. Not the days when everything feels easy, but the days when everything feels heavy. These are the days that define champions. Most people stop when pain shows up, but the ones who choose to keep going, those are the ones who separate themselves from the crowd. Pain is a temporary chapter, not the entire story. If you stop now, the struggle becomes permanent. If you keep going, the pain becomes the fuel that drives you forward. You must learn to welcome the pain, because hidden inside it is your power. When you face pain, you are not just fighting against hardship, you are fighting for the person you want to become. Every rep, every early morning, every late night, every difficult decision, these moments add up and build a version of you that the world cannot break. Pain gives you the opportunity to evolve. It teaches you patience when things don't go your way. It teaches you consistency when motivation fades. It teaches you humility when success tempts your ego. It teaches you gratitude when you finally break through. Pain is a teacher that never lies and never sugarcoats the truth. It demands your best and punishes excuses, but it rewards those who show up and refuse to quit. There is a moment in every struggle when quitting feels like the only option. It's the breaking point, the moment where your mind screams for relief and your body wants to stop. But if you push one more inch, one more rep, one more minute past that breaking point, you unlock a power you didn't know you had. Suddenly, the pain that felt unbearable becomes the reason you rise. That moment becomes proof that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. You begin to realize that pain is not a wall, it's a doorway. You simply have to step through it. What once felt impossible becomes just another challenge you conquered. If you can push through pain once, you can push through it again, and every time you do, you grow stronger. Think about your future self, the version of you 5 years from now, 10 years from now. That person will look back at this moment of pain and thank you. They will thank you for not giving up, for not settling, for not choosing the easy path. They will thank you for fighting when things were hard. They will thank you for becoming the type of person who doesn't let temporary discomfort destroy long-term dreams. Every drop of sweat, every sacrifice, every painful step forward is building a future that is worthy of your potential. Pain is temporary, but the pride you feel after pushing through it lasts forever. So the next time life challenges you, don't run from the pain. Use it. Let it sharpen your mind, strengthen your heart, and fuel your determination. You are stronger than the struggle you face. The pain you feel today will become the power you carry tomorrow. And when you rise, you won't just inspire yourself, you'll inspire everyone who witnesses your journey. Pain is temporary, but power is eternal. Keep moving forward. Struggle is the birthplace of strength, and the tough moments you face are not obstacles meant to break you. They're opportunities designed to build you. Every challenge, every setback, every moment where life feels heavy is shaping you into someone stronger than you were yesterday. We often think strength comes from success, from winning, from achieving. But real strength is born in the dark, difficult moments when you feel like giving up. It's built in silence, in discomfort, in pain, in doubt. when you are pushed beyond what you think your limits are, that's where the transformation happens. Tough moments don't weaken you, they refine you. They carve out the resilience, discipline, and mental toughness that success requires. Without struggle, you stay the same. With struggle, you evolve. When life becomes difficult, most people stop. They see the struggle as a sign that they should turn back. But those who understand growth know that hardship is part of the journey. They don't run from the challenge, they rise above it. The mind will always try to protect you from discomfort, telling you that struggle is a sign to quit, that pain means failure. But the truth is that tough moments are the gateways to discovering your true potential. When you learn to endure them, you step into another level of strength you never thought possible. This is why the people who push through adversity become the ones others admire. They've learned the secret. Greatness is built in the moments when no one is watching, in the moments when everything feels hard. Every tough moment carries a lesson. When things go wrong, when plans fall apart, when you feel overwhelmed, that's when life is teaching you something important. Patience, perseverance, self-belief, emotional control. These are not skills learned during easy times. They are developed during storms. The more storms you face, the stronger you become. And that strength doesn't disappear. It becomes a permanent part of who you are. It becomes your armor. It becomes your advantage. You begin to realize that there is nothing the world can throw at you that you cannot handle. Once you've survived difficulty, once you've pushed through moments when giving up felt easier, you become unshakable. Tough moments expose your real character. When things are going well, anyone can appear disciplined, motivated, confident, but when life becomes painful, when everything seems to fall apart, that's when your true character shows. Do you crumble under pressure, or do you rise because of it? Do you let fear dictate your actions, or do you use fear as fuel? It's the difficult times that force you to decide who you truly want to be. Will you be the person who stops when things get uncomfortable, or will you be the one who keeps going no matter what? Every tough moment gives you the chance to choose strength over weakness, courage over fear, growth over comfort. There is power in enduring discomfort. When you push through difficulty, you send a message to your mind, I am stronger than this. And once your mind believes that, your whole life changes. You stop being intimidated by challenges. You stop fearing failure. You stop doubting yourself. You gain a type of confidence that cannot be manufactured. It must be earned. It's the confidence that comes from knowing you've been through hell and came out stronger. And that confidence becomes the foundation for every success that follows. You learn to trust your ability to handle adversity. You learn that you don't need perfect conditions to take action. You learn that even in the worst moments, you are capable. There will be seasons of life that test you more than others, times when everything seems to work against you, times when you don't see progress, when you feel stuck, when you question your path. These seasons are not there to stop you. They're there to elevate you. They're preparing you for something bigger than what you're facing now. You may not see the purpose yet, but every struggle is shaping you into the person capable of achieving what you want. Strength is rarely built through comfort. It's built through pressure. Diamonds form under pressure. Champions rise under pressure. And so will you. When you look back years from now, the moments you once hated will become the moments you are most proud of. Not because they were pleasant, but because they made you stronger. The challenges hat once felt overwhelming will become proof of your resilience. You'll see that those tough moments were not curses. They were turning points. They were the moments that taught you to fight, to endure, to persist. They made you unbreakable. And once you develop the strength that tough moments build, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. So when life becomes heavy, don't run. Stand tall, breathe. Push forward, because these tough moments are shaping you into someone powerful, someone disciplined, someone unstoppable. Strength doesn't come from avoiding difficulty. It comes from walking straight through it and refusing to quit. Embrace the struggle, respect it, learn from it, because the tough moments you face today are building the unbreakable version of you that the world will soon recognize. The hidden rewards of enduring discomfort are often the very things people spend their whole lives searching for: strength, clarity, discipline, confidence, direction, and purpose. But the truth is, these rewards don't come from comfort. They don't come from doing what's easy. They don't come from staying in the same routine, the same habits, the same patterns. They come from stepping into discomfort, embracing the struggle, and pushing past the moments when giving up feels easier. Discomfort is not a punishment. It's an invitation to grow. The rewards that come from enduring it are deeper and more life-changing than anything comfort can give you. Most people avoid discomfort because it feels like danger. Their minds are wired to seek safety, to keep everything predictable and easy. But comfort is a trap disguised as peace. It makes you feel good for a moment, but it slowly steals your potential. On the other hand, every uncomfortable moment you face has meaning. When you choose discomfort instead of the easy way out, you gain something valuable, something that stays with you long after the moment passes. You develop a level of mental toughness that comfort cannot produce. You sharpen your focus because discomfort forces you to pay attention. You learn patience because growth takes time. You build discipline because taking action when you don't feel like it is the foundation of success. These are not small rewards, these are life-altering ones. Discomfort teaches you who you are. When everything feels easy, you never truly discover your limits. You never find out what you're capable of. But when you're uncomfortable, when you're tired, stressed, uncertain, or afraid, you discover parts of yourself you never knew existed. You learn that you can keep moving even when your mind tells you to stop. You learn that your potential is much bigger than your excuses. You learn that fear loses its power when you take action anyway. Every uncomfortable moment is a mirror reflecting your true strength. And once you see what you're capable of, you never think the same way again. There's also a reward in the sense of accomplishment that only discomfort can give you. Easy victories don't feel meaningful, they don't stay with you. But the goals you fight for, the ones you sweat for, the ones you push through pain to reach, those are the goals that reshape your identity. When you endure discomfort for something you want, you earn pride that nothing and no one can take away from you. You build a deeper respect for yourself, because you know that you didn't quit when things got hard. That internal pride becomes fuel. It becomes motivation for future battles. It becomes a reminder that you are capable of achieving things that once felt impossible. Discomfort also builds resilience, one of the greatest rewards of all. Life will never be perfect. You will face struggles, failures, setbacks, heartbreak, disappointment, and moments of doubt. But you've trained yourself to endure discomfort. These moments don't break you. You become adaptable. You become strong-minded. You learn to handle pressure with calmness instead of fear. You develop emotional strength because you've trained your mind to hold steady during storms. Discomfort becomes the gym where your character is built, and resilience becomes your superpower, helping you bounce back from anything life throws your way. Beyond strength and resilience, discomfort brings clarity. When life is too easy, you stop paying attention, you lose focus, you drift, but when you're uncomfortable, you're forced to confront what matters and what doesn't. Pain has a way of stripping away distractions. It reveals your priorities. It helps you see your weaknesses so you can improve them. It helps you understand your goals more clearly because you're actively fighting for them. Clarity is a powerful reward, and discomfort is one of the greatest teachers of clarity. Another reward of enduring discomfort is growth. Real, measurable, undeniable growth. Whether it's physical growth from hard training, emotional growth from facing challenges, mental growth from pushing past fear, or spiritual growth from overcoming hardship, discomfort pushes you to evolve. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, your world gets bigger. You build new skills. You develop new habits. You become someone who isn't controlled by fear or laziness. You become someone capable of leading, inspiring, and achieving. And finally, one of the most powerful rewards of enduring discomfort is freedom. Comfort traps you in cycles of procrastination, fear, and regret. But discomfort, especially the discomfort of discipline, sets you free. Free from limitations, free from self-doubt, free from the fear of failure, free from the feeling of being stuck. When you learn to endure discomfort, you become unstoppable. You no longer wait for motivation. You no longer wait for the right moment. You take action, and you move toward the life you want with courage and purpose. So when discomfort shows up, don't run away from it. Lean into it, respect it, use it. Because the hidden rewards it carries are worth more than anything comfort can offer. Every time you endure discomfort, you are building a stronger, wiser, more unstoppable version of yourself. The pain may be temporary, but the rewards are permanent. There comes a moment in every journey when your mind starts to whisper that you've done enough, that you deserve a break, that pushing any further is unnecessary. This moment is the real battleground, not the weight you're lifting, not the miles you're running, not the work you're doing, but the voice inside your head that tries to negotiate your goals. When your mind says stop, your body often still has more to give. The ability to push past that mental barrier is what separates the average from the unstoppable. It's not about ignoring pain or pretending things are easy. It's about understanding that your mind quits long before your potential does. The human body is capable of extraordinary things. It's the mind that creates limits. When you learn to override that mindset, you unlock a level of performance and strength you didn't know existed. Most people stop at 40% of their true capability. The mind creates excuses, fears, and doubts to keep you safe, to keep you comfortable. But comfort never produces greatness. If you want to achieve something remarkable, you must learn to fight the instinct that tells you to stop the moment things become difficult. When you push beyond your limits, you discover a version of yourself that is powerful, determined, and focused. That push, those moments when you decide to keep going even though your mind is screaming, are the moment that create champions. They are the moments that build character, confidence, and mental toughness. Every time you resist the urge to quit, you strengthen your identity as someone who doesn't back down. In life, there are countless situations where you'll feel tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed. The mind will start generating reasons to stop. It will tell you that your dream is unrealistic, that the work is too hard, that you're not capable, that you've already done enough. But the truth is, most breakthroughs happen right after you think you've reached your limit. Success is often just one more push, one more try, one more step beyond where you wanted to stop. When you push through the wall of mental resistance, everything changes. You realize that the wall wasn't real, it was psychological. And once you break it once, you begin to break it again and again. That's how extraordinary lives are built, through repeated refusal to quit. There is a difference between knowing your limits and giving in to them prematurely. Many people mistake discomfort for incapability. They think struggling means they should stop. But struggle is part of the process. It means you're growing. It means you're challenging your boundaries. It means you're becoming stronger. The path to success will never feel comfortable. It will demand effort, sacrifice, mental strength, and discipline. The champions of the world, the people who accomplish their dreams, all share one thing in common. They push beyond the point where others stop. They understand that the difference between failure and success is often just a few moments of courage. When your mind tells you to stop, that is the signal to keep going. That internal resistance is actually proof that you're on the edge of growth. If you only operate within your comfort zone, you'll never reach new levels. Growth happens in the moments of struggle, not ease. Every time you continue when you want to quit, your mindset evolves. You become more disciplined, you develop grit, you learn to trust yourself, and most importantly, you break free from the limitations that once controlled you. The more you push through mental barriers, the less power they have over you. Imagine looking back years from now and remembering the moments you almost quit, but didn't. Imagine how proud you will be knowing that you pushed past fear, exhaustion, and doubt to become someone stronger. Every victory you achieve in life can be traced back to moments when you didn't give in. Moments when you chose discipline over comfort. Moments when you chose to keep going even though your mind was begging for a break. Those moments transform you. They build your identity, shape your destiny, and set you apart from the crowd. When you push beyond your limits, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. You develop a sense of resilience that prepares you for life's challenges. When things get difficult in the future, you won't collapse under pressure. You'll remain calm, focused, and determined. You'll approach challenges with confidence because you've trained yourself to operate beyond mental resistance. Pushing beyond your limits isn't just about physical performance. It applies to every part of life. When you're working toward your dreams and you feel discouraged, push one more day when you're studying, building a business, training for a goal, or developing a skill. Give yourself one more hour, one more attempt, one more rep, one more chance. The consistency of these small pushes creates massive results over time. The world is filled with talented people who quit too soon. Don't be one of them. Every time your mind says stop, remember that the discomfort you feel is temporary, but the success that comes from pushing change. Rough it lasts forever. Keep going. Push harder. Dig deeper. Because the moment you decide to go beyond your limits is the moment you become unstoppable. Legacy isn't built on the easy days. It isn't created in moments of comfort, convenience, or safety. Legacy is forged in the fire of struggle, shaped by the choices you make when no one is watching, and defined by how you respond when pain shows up. Pain fades, always. The ache in your muscles will disappear, the exhaustion will pass, the doubt will quiet, but the results of pushing through, the strength you build, the person you become, those things last. They become part of you. They become your legacy. When you choose to push through pain instead of quitting, you create a version of yourself that your future self will thank you for. You're not just working for today, you're working for every tomorrow. What you do in tough moments tells the world who you are. Are you someone who gives up when things get uncomfortable, or are you someone who rises when others fall? Pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. The regret of walking away from something you could have overcome stays with you. It visits you at night, echoes in your mind, and reminds you of what you could have been. But when you push through the pain, something different happens. You build pride. You build confidence. You build a legacy that reminds you that you are stronger than the challenges you face. Every difficult moment you overcome becomes part of your story. Every struggle you survive becomes proof that you can handle more than you thought. People often underestimate how powerful their actions are, especially when they choose strength over surrender. Someone out there is watching you, even if you don't realize it. Your kids, your friends, your siblings, your coworkers. Someone is inspired by your persistence. Someone feels stronger because you refuse to break. Someone believes in themselves because they saw you keep going. That is part of your legacy too. Your pain becomes someone else's motivation. Your endurance becomes someone else's hope. Legacy is not just about winning big or achieving fame. It's about the impact you leave through your actions, your habits, your discipline, and your refusal to quit. Think about the people you admire, the athletes, the leaders, the artists, the entrepreneurs, the warriors. You don't admire them because their journeys were easy. You admire them because they kept going through the impossible. They didn't let pain dictate their destiny. They turned their pain into purpose. They understood that discomfort is temporary, but greatness is permanent. When you push through the pain, you join that category of individuals who choose to rise. You become someone who inspires, someone who leads, someone who sets an example of what resilience looks like. Your legacy is shaped by your ability to endure what others avoid. There's something powerful that happens when you continue through the pain. You build belief. You begin to trust yourself. You start to realize that you can depend on your own strength. You learn that you don't need perfect conditions or ideal circumstances to take action. You learn that even at your weakest, you are capable of pushing a little more. And that belief, once it's built, never leaves you. It becomes a permanent part of who you are. It becomes the reason you chase bigger goals, take bigger risks, and build a life that reflects your true potential. Pain is temporary, but the self-belief earned from pushing through it becomes part of your identity. Every time you choose to keep going, you elevate yourself to a new level of resilience. Pain is a test of your commitment, your desire, your discipline. When you pass that test, you gain access to a new level of strength. That new level becomes the foundation for your next challenge. Bit by bit, you build a legacy of unbreakable will. And that legacy doesn't disappear. It grows. It grows in your actions, in your results, in your mindset. It becomes a blueprint for how you live your life. Your legacy isn't built in one moment. It's built in 1,000 small moments where you could have quit but chose not to. The early mornings, the late nights, the painful reps, the lonely work, the sacrifices, the setbacks, the frustrations. These moments matter more than the world will ever see. They are private victories that produce public results. They are the reason your future self will stand strong instead of broken, and they are the reason people will remember you. One day, the pain you feel today will be a distant memory. But the strength, discipline, confidence, and success that come from pushing through it will stay with you forever. The choices you make now determine the story you leave behind. Make it a story worth telling. Make it a legacy built on resilience, not excuses. Make it a legacy built on courage, not comfort. Pain is temporary, but the legacy you create by pushing through it will last a lifetime. Keep going, keep fighting, keep building the story you'll be proud to look back on. Every person reaches a point in life where they must decide whether they will be defined by their struggles or defined by their determination. The truth is, your story is not written by what happens to you. It's written by how you respond to what happens to you. Life will knock you down. It will disappoint you. It will test your patience, your belief, your courage, and your resilience. But the beautiful part is that you always have the power to rise. Every time you fall, you are given a choice. Stay on the ground and let the moment defeat you, or stand back up and rewrite the next chapter of your story. Rising again, especially after failure or pain, is not weakness. It is strength in its purest form. It is the moment you prove to yourself that nothing, Not even the hardest challenges can stop you. Failure is not the end. It is often the beginning of a new, stronger version of you. Too many people let failure shape their identity. They allow a single setback, a single mistake, a single painful moment to define their worth. But failure is not a label, it is a lesson. It is feedback. It is a sign that you tried, that you stepped out of your comfort zone, that you cared enough to take a risk. The strongest people in the world are not the ones who never fall, they are the ones who refuse to stay down. When you rise after falling, you gain wisdom. You gain self-respect. You gain courage. You realize that you can survive setbacks and still move forward. That realization is the foundation of unstoppable confidence. Rewriting your story means taking control of your narrative. It means refusing to let your past limit your future. It means understanding that one chapter doesn't determine your entire book. You don't have to be the person you were yesterday. You don't have to repeat old habits, old mistakes, or old patterns. You can end a chapter at any moment and start a new one with intention, discipline, and purpose. You become the author of your life the moment you decide to rise instead of surrender, the moment you decide to fight rather than accept defeat, the moment you decide that your future matters more than your comfort. There will be days when you feel broken, days when your mind feels heavy, days when you question your strength, but those days are not signs to quit. They are signs to dig deeper. Those are the days that build your character. Those are the days when resilience is crafted. Anyone can be strong when life is easy. It takes a warrior to remain strong when everything feels like it's falling apart. When you rise during hard times, you train your mind to believe in your own power. You prove to yourself that strength isn't about being unhurt. It's about being unstoppable despite the hurt. Every comeback begins with a single decision, a decision to try again. It doesn't matter how slow you move, how small the step is, or how many times you failed before. What matters is that you choose to move forward. Progress doesn't require perfection, it requires persistence. The act of rising, even when you feel weak, builds a momentum that transforms your entire life. It teaches you that you're capable of rebuilding, capable of reinventing yourself, capable of becoming someone stronger and wiser than before. This realization alone can change everything. Rewriting your story also means letting go of the negative voices, both external and internal. People may doubt you. They may judge you. They may remind you of your failures, but their opinions do not define you. What defines you is the strength you build through adversity, the courage you show in difficult moments, and the determination you bring to your goals. You must silence the noise and listen to the voice inside you that says, "I'm not done yet." Because everything you want in life begins with that belief. There is something powerful about standing back up after falling. It inspires others. When people see you rise, they feel permission to rise too. When people see you keep going despite the pain, they believe they can keep going as well. Your courage becomes a lighthouse for others lost in their own storms. Without even knowing it, you become a source of strength for someone else. That is the silent impact of resilience. You don't just rewrite your own story, you help others rewrite theirs. And one day, when you look back at everything you overcame, you'll realize that the moments you thought would break you actually built you. You'll see that every fall was preparing you for a greater rise. You'll understand that your story is powerful because it is filled with battles you chose to fight and challenges you chose to overcome. Your story is not over. It is evolving. Every setback, every struggle, every painful moment is a chance to rise stronger. You have the power to redefine your life, to reshape your identity, and to reinvent your future. So rise every time you fall. Rewrite your story with courage, discipline, and purpose, because the pain you face today is temporary, but the strength you gain from rising again becomes part of you forever.